Oh, bugging and bugging and bugging. Let's go racing, boys. Yes, sir. Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of High Top Sports. We're suited up today in preparation of Micah Jones, the 6'4" tight end, set to commit here in just about 10 minutes. We're feeling good. We're feeling confident. Crystal balls all around the board right now for Micah Jones to land at Florida. We're feeling pretty good. We're going to do a film breakdown with our film breakdown insider, Mr. Cody, the professor. It's going to be some fantastic stuff. Happy Friday to all you guys. Let's kick this weekend off right. Land ourselves a big one here. Land ourselves a fish. Micah Jones is up against, right now, his final three are Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and, of course, Florida. I know LSU and Arkansas were in it at one point, but it seems to be down to 3. So welcome to the show. Still a little under the weather. Fighting and clawing here. Sweating in the spacesuit right now. But nonetheless, good to be here, feeling pretty pumped up. But let's dive into the film breakdown with Mr. Cody, the professor here. We got about 9 minutes or so. It looks like Cody might be frozen. Cody hasn't paid his Wi-Fi bill here in a couple of days. So we'll kick Cody out, and we'll come back to Cody in just a minute. But look, Micah Jones here, standing at 6'4", 245 pounds. He was a 4-star at one point. If you take a look at his Twitter bio, his background banner was him rated as a 4-star on 3. He has since then dropped down to a 3-star. But we'll get into his film, though. But this young man, he plays a true tight end in high school, which you don't see too often. The last person that I remember watching film for the Gators playing the tight end position that played that true tight end, because typically you kind of have those guys that's like a wide receiver / tight end in high school, just because it is what it is. Tashawn Jessley, I believe. He's one of those guys that stands at, he's a wide receiver / tight end. That's his title. But Micah Jones is a true tight end, and you see that when you watch this film. Cody, how we doing?
What is, guys?
Did we get it figured out?
I can't hear you.
That's great. That's fantastic.
You log back out, back in.
We're
having some solar flare.
We'll try it again. He was rocking and rolling. I don't know what happened leading up to this, but we've got about 5-6 minutes here until he's set to commit. He's planning to commit at 7 o'clock is his scheduled time. I've got him up on Twitter. I've tried to find his Instagram. I'm trying to follow his school. Believe he's doing a school ceremony from what I read. Then we're going to talk about Antoine Hill, who's set to commit tomorrow, what's going to happen with him. Friday Night Lights is happening right now at Florida. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Bummed I'm not there. Didn't even know it was happening today. Usually I'm pretty aware of it. I feel like it's moved around over the last couple of years. Hard for me to get a pulse on it, although I couldn't be there anyways. I'm on my deathbed. So wouldn't be able to make it if I tried. Cody, are we good to go now? Did you fix your internet, buddy?
Nope.
I can hear you. So we were just working just fine, Cody. Anyways, boys and girls, if you take a look at his film here, we'll talk about what Cody sit here and just looks pretty. Look, guys, what I love about this guy, 6'4", 245 pounds, shreds the block, and what it looks like from what his plays in high school is similar to the scheme we run it at Florida a little bit. You see him break off the stack, a little rollout, little dump off pass, that little pacifier effect from the tight end. Again, that true tight end position, just a massive size, a massive target for Mr. DJ Lagway in the coming years. And love what he's able to bring with whatever school, obviously, he ends up choosing. Again, Florida feels very confident now what's happening, where he plans to commit. And we'll also talk about where this will land Florida if he were to commit to Florida here in just about 5 minutes. Keenan Johnson, $5 says, how are we doing, boys? Happy Friday. Let's get us one. Let's start it off right. Jubilee June. Let's get it up and going here. Could this be the first domino to fall that allows for a couple more to get this ball rolling? Remember last year this time we had like 8 in 3 days or something like that, and that's kind of how it unfolded, right? We had just a bunch just unfold on us, and it was a good time. So he's set to make his announcement here in 5 minutes. Wanted to get it early, talk about him a little bit, what he brings to the table. Again, 3 stars. I talked about this with Amir Jackson. Amir Jackson, when we talked about him, I compared him to Kyle Pitts. I remember this, and I always bring it up because I got a lot of flack for it. Was the guy was an absolute stud. He was a man amongst boys in high school, and obviously we saw him climb in the rankings towards the end of the year. I believe Micah Jones will do that as well. Again, might be a little bit slow for his size. Maybe he trims down a little bit, picks up some more speed. Maybe that'll affect his rating a little bit. Again, he was a 4-star, dropped down to a 3-star. Why that is? Could be because he's a Florida. I don't know what happened with that, but he was a 4-star commit at one point. Christian celebrates 6 months, says, we ain't losing. We ain't losing, baby. Let's go. Let him know, Christian. I love it. So again, and we'll see what this impact will do once he commits wherever he goes. Again, out of Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and Florida are his top 3. If we are to pull him out of the state of Mississippi, that would be a great pull, about 500 miles away from his hometown. Russ Callaway is the lead recruiter for Mr. Micah Jones here. So love that Russ is calling plays and pulling some big tight ends. Again, that tight end room is looking extremely healthy headed into next year too. And again, think about we land Micah Jones, how this room lines up, right? We've got the young man from Air Force who was a preferred walk-on. I also saw on a sheet, not sure how true this is, but Jason Zemandala, the offensive lineman from USC, saw that he was also a preferred walk-on. Very interesting information there. Again, how true that is, I don't know. I wanted to pull back up to see where that source was, but very interesting thing to note there. But let's talk about the tight end room, what it is today and what it could look like tomorrow, in the future. Boardingham, obviously, Zipper is planning on coming back. We've got Hayden Hansen, Amir Jackson coming in, and of course, the Air Force tight end as well for next year. But for this coming season. But again, those guys will be gone. So headed into next year, you're going to have Boardingham headed into his 3rd year. You're going to have Amir Jackson headed into his 2nd year. And then if we able to land Micah Jones here today, you've got him coming into the mix. That tight end room is starting to get back to what it should be, right? What it was. I mean, Kyle Pitts was kind of something special of its own, but during that Trey Burton, Aaron Hernandez type of time when we had those guys, I mean, we were cruising through tight ends, and we need to get back to that with some good tight ends. Can you hear me now, Cody?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, beautiful. Okay, so the MacBook, I did an update, and ever since then, it's been really acting super weird. So I went back to the old.
All right, well, you got about 3 minutes here, so go ahead and give us your thoughts on Mr. Micah Jones here while I try to make you not look like you're in a green screen room.
Yeah. All right, so the guy is an actual tight end. We kind of talked about it in the green room before we had total meltdown. Which usually these guys are, a wide receiver that is kind of tall or a guy that'll play multiple positions. But this guy is a true tight end, great blocker, can catch the ball. He does a really, really good sneaky where he does the Travis Kelce, acts like he blocks, and then just kind of leaks out into the seam route. I love that. I mean, that guy is definitely watching some film.
When I was watching that, I hate to compare it to the Travis Kelce's of the world, but that's exactly how I felt when watching him. Gives a little block, shreds him, and then and again, in high school, right, you don't have your typical tight ends as much. Again, I'm watching these films, watching film and watching tape on a lot of the 2025 guys. It is really cool to see the development, the growth of high school football. It's becoming, again, more professional, given the fact that NIL you're able to collect NIL. So these kids are really taking this craft very seriously and getting training very early on. So the high school level is starting to, it's always been there, but it's really sharpening up a lot. And you're seeing this tight end plays kind of similar to college, which high schools aren't quite ready for this run yet. You see them wide open constantly because they're not prepared for this. He commits in about a minute here, boys and girls. I'm going to try to see if I can pull up his Twitter here, but go ahead, Cody.
Yeah. Also, I really think that tight ends are going out and getting some help off the field. They're actually going to the tight end academy that the San Francisco tight end holds, and there's another guy that holds it. But they're going to these camps and they're learning. Listen, if everything from the NFL leaks down to high school. Okay. And so it just takes a couple years, 4, 5, 6 years. So stuff we saw Travis Kelce do, and some of the other great tight ends in the NFL is starting to trickle down, and you really, really see it.
Absolutely. King Mike 99 says, and $5. Don't forget about Jake McGee, was a stud at UF. Yes, we had a ton of tight ends, and it looks like some good news has come through. I got Swolder texting me here. Hold on, let's see what he just said. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. He's referring to something
And when
else.
we get into
A
the
lot of great
rankings,
news happening. Go ahead.
when we're referring to the rankings, when you get a 3-star or a 4-star tight end, that's okay. I'll take those guys all day long because there's really not that very many super high 4-star and 5-star tight ends. I don't know if the number one tight end even is a 5-star, just the way that they do the star rankings. But and those guys, you know, he's not going to be a day one guy. You're not just going to see him pop off the field. Look, it took Kyle Pitts a while to get going. It takes these tight ends, it seems, 2 to 3 years. It's just like in the NFL. They say, well, you're drafting a tight end from another, for another team because it just takes so long for them to get going. Their body's growing. They got to learn a route tree. They got to learn how to block, stuff like that.
The a prime example of that, you kind of talk about guys who it's hard for those guys to get to 4 and 5-star caliber is Deuce. He committed to USC last year, was the number one tight end in the country. And you think about it, we haven't heard much from him, but he was a hot commodity when he committed. I remember it was a big time commit when it happened, and it's still, we haven't really heard much from him at USC. Doesn't mean he's fallen off by any stretch, but he's also a big time baseball player as well too. If you guys have Micah's Instagram, please let me send it over to me. I'm trying to again find out where he could be. I'm on Twitter right now. I'm following, refreshing, following his schools as well to see when he would be announcing. So it's today at 6 Central at Madison Central. Everyone is invited. So obviously it's a school ceremony, so there's probably going to be a few minutes here until it happens. But if we could get his,
they usually run late.
Yeah, if we could get his Instagram. I think I'm on the right high school Twitter as well. Trying to find it for us so we can watch it if it is up. I did see that it would be up on his social media. So
yeah, and this is a guy that that we definitely need. The tight end position has kind of been kind of a miss ever since Kyle Pitts left. And the best way that you can get another guy like that is you just got to go in and you got to get guys and you just got to see if they pan out. Like I said, it's going to be a multi-year deal. You gotta develop them, but the tight end play for Florida has kind of been, I would say, subpar in the last 2 to 3 years. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It hasn't been where it should be since the Kyle Pitts era for sure. It definitely has fallen off and hasn't been what we had hoped it to be. I think Zipper, we expected a lot more out of him. Dealt with the injury last year. He should be coming back. He should be having a big impact for us. Austin Stoltz says he's not live on IG. Can you give me his Instagram though, Austin, so I can at least have it pulled up and ready to go? And again, once he commits, don't go anywhere. We're going to talk about Friday Night Lights a little bit, as well as Antoine Hill and his commit coming up tomorrow as well. And then again, I got a bunch of information today, kind of a list of guys that are set to commit over the next 3 weeks here. And Florida is in a very good place with all those guys. So we're going to talk about those as well. So I hope the principal does not grandstand for 10 minutes intro like so many do. Yeah, when I saw that it was a school ceremony, and I was like, this thing's going to run a little bit long, unfortunately. So, look, we'll be patient. We'll rock and roll here. We'll talk about Micah Jones. If you guys are from another fan base, have any questions, let us know. What Hansen and Boardingham were great last year as freshmen. I don't disagree, Muddy, but I don't think they've come to their full potential yet. So, yes, I think we're getting back to that. I agree. I think those two tight ends have the potential to be something special. And that's what really excites me is, again, if you land this Micah Jones, right, you've got Hayden Hansen and Boardingham going into their third year alongside Amir Jackson, and then now you've got Micah Jones. You're starting to create a pipeline of thick tight ends as well. And again, with someone like a DJ Lagway, hopefully we can pass that quarterback room off as well.
Yeah, for sure. We also have Livingston too, a gray shirt from I think he committed signed last year, but he was a gray shirt type deal. I really like Boardingham. He just, if he can just stay healthy, it feels like he's always nicked up or something. Something's always.
Yeah.
You can't make the club in the tub, is what they say though.
So Mike Banks says we also just got a crystal ball for wide receiver Joshua Moore. So that's why I think Solder was tweeting me about. They dropped a little bit of a bombshell that Joshua Moore is there at UF today. And Keith posted that the big moves are happening. But Dave did text me about this earlier, that Moore is a possibility for a commitment. And again, he sets a commit in the next couple of days too. So that's great stuff for him. That's a 4-star wide receiver for us. And that's huge. I think wide receiver is something we've talked about. Again, Vernell Brown being part of that class as well. Don't forget, we lost that 3-star commit a couple of weeks ago, and people kind of panicked. And I said, look, much as I would love to freak out, it feels like there is a reason why. It could be that we made some moves. So, oh, wait, he gave me his Instagram. Did I miss it, Austin?
Yeah, Livingston was gray shirted. I think it was an injury or grade steal. I'm not 100% sure. I'm seeing some stuff in the chat after I had brought that up.
Yeah, Livingston too.
Yep. Guys, also, I know it's a little late, but I did drop about a 7-minute video of the new 2026 commit, Jalen Seatbelt Waters on High Top Sports Recruiting. It's his film breakdown. If you guys want to go check that out after this, go ahead.
We've got almost 500 strong in here, boys and girls, waiting for the Micah Jones commit. Be sure to smash the like button and subscribe. We're rocking and rolling. This show is brought to you by BetterHelp. Austin, can you put in his... I don't see it. For some reason, I see you said you put it in here, but I don't see it. Can you type in his handle once again for me, please? Let's look up Joshua Moore really quick, 247. I think he's a big-time stud here. 6'4", 205. Give me some of that juice, baby.
Oh, my goodness.
God, that's a wide receiver, tight end, 6'4". We're bringing in some size, boys. We're bringing in skyscrapers, okay? You know what I'm saying? Hey.
I mean, 6'4".
These are the things that excite me. It's his
that's what I look like. I just look up like this.
I mean, that's everybody, Cody. That's
5'5",
6'4". You're like this. You know what I mean? So I think that's. But look, I appreciate. I think he'll appreciate your compliment. Thank you. It is MI5AHH. Thank you. 500 strong, boys and girls. Let's get it. Let's go. All right, we've got his Instagram pulled up. We're rocking and rolling now. So if he goes live, wherever, however, we are now prepared any which way, any which how. Again, we're still waiting. Nothing yet. Got me on the edge of my seat here, boys and girls. Got me on the edge of my seat here.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, that is a unit. That is... I mean, the wingspan on that kid's going to be incredible. And you know what? The funny thing is Gator fans, I remember this. Gator fans used to complain under Billy Gonzalez's last tenure. Billy G only gets big receivers. He only gets tall, possession receivers. We have no speed. Boys, we got speed for days now. And now Billy G is going in and getting some absolute units, some thoroughbreds.
That's a big size right there, 6'4". Larry Cox can't wait for Juicy July. I kind of like Juicy July.
I mean,
that's been the best one that I've heard so far.
Juicy July, I love
Juicy July gets me fired up. I'm going to let you know real quick, all right? I've been under the weather, but Juicy July gets the juices flowing. And I think we might have found the name for July, Larry. Larry Cox bringing in the juice, baby. I love it. It is officially Juicy July, boys. Let's go. Let's go. I love it.
Okay, so Calvin Johnson, 6'5".
So basically, we have Megatron 2.0, is what you're saying.
We got Megatron 2.0.
Okay, all right. I love it.
Just throw it up. He's just gonna grab it one hand. I was like trying to think of another 6'5" receiver. Like, I know Randy was tall, but I don't think he was 6'5".
Randy Moss.
Yeah, I think he was like 6'3".
Yeah,
with long arms. But I mean, you're talking a guy that is built like Calvin Johnson.
He's live, baby. On his Instagram, refresh the Instagram. He's live. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go.
Okay.
Woo! All right, Cody, I'm gonna lose you here, buddy. Okay.
All right.
You can get two straight.
Just chasing me.
You about to start?
Out you, my friends. About it when I see you again. Calvin Benjamin, big time stud. Here we go, boys and girls. Micah Jones bringing in the juice for Juicy July.
Okay, welcome everyone to our commitment event or commit event for Micah Jones. We've all been waiting. This has been a
See what I can do, Higgs.
It's been great, but a little overwhelming. But we've enjoyed it, and we appreciate everyone's support, especially our family. Our family, please sing. We have a lot of people in the family. And I do really appreciate our coaches back there, Coach Collins, Coach Finley. They're not here today, but we appreciate them. It truly takes a village to raise a child, and we appreciate everyone that has a hand in Micah. And then he has all
Shuffling the hats.
Here.
Shuffling the hats.
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
It's been about
Yeah, they can hear you.
He had his first offer from Ole Miss, and it was the week.
Can you hear him? Can you hear her talking?
Oh, yeah.
We had to tell the story.
A lot of orange and blue.
He had no idea it was happening. He went up there for just a visit.
You gonna tell a story?
Next thing you know, I have a video. They videoed it.
400 strong, boys. Smash the like button. Let's get it. Let's go.
Right? Well, happy birthday. You have an offer from Ole Miss. So that was awesome. And then he had several more. And so it totaled to be what? 15? 15 offers. And so.
Let's go, Micah. Let's go, Micah.
That has truly been a blessing. And I teach them that hard work does pay off. You have to walk this path, and there are always going to be things that's going to get in your way. But you stay on the path.
We're going to Florida. We're going to Florida, Micah.
His way out. And so now he'll be going on to college, and then there'll be.
He's watching us.
What if she would have butchered it? Now he's going to be going off to Florida.
Yes, he plans to graduate in December. And,
Oh, early graduate.
Oh,
I like
early
it.
grad. Okay.
That's a
baby.
Florida. That's a Florida move, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a must. Okay. Did any of the coaches want to say anything?
No.
Oh, shut up. I'm just kidding. Oh, he's like, come on, guys.
Am I supposed to have this?
I'm supposed to hear this.
Am I supposed to have this?
Bro, we gotta
We gotta step up our game. We gotta get a mic, a little thingy on there. Let's go, Micah. A grown man, boys. It's a grown man.
15 offers, and they're all big-time offers. That's wild.
Where we going, bro?
Boy, finna be a Gator. Let's go. Let's lock it in, boys. Let's start moving up the ladder here. Juicy July, baby. Jubilee in June.
564 strong. Go ahead, hit that like.
Ooh, let them know, baby. God, I get the kids. I get the people want to talk, but geez, you know what I mean? Like, we got a 655 strong for Micah Jones commit here, boys and girls. Be sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Welcome to the show here, High Top Sports. It's out of Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and Florida. That's his top three right now. I wish he had his hat so we could do some hat science. We got my hat on. Giving a 9 out of 10 on my hat science.
I'm rocking the visor.
Yeah, Cody's rocking the visor. He's behind the scenes right now. You can't see him. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Good answer. Good answer.
My turn.
Here we go.
Am I supposed to have this? It's good. Oh, okay, all right. Right here. Just put it right there. First, I'd like to say I appreciate all y'all for coming. You know what I'm saying? Excited. Yeah. First, I'd like to thank God. Without God, I wouldn't be here. You know, He's blessed me this whole year. It's been really
Solid.
amazing. Been a great experience. And I pray He continues to bless me. I just want to thank my mom, family. You know what I'm saying? They're my biggest supporters. You know, they helped me along the way. And also I want to thank my coaches, my teammates.
Don't do this to me, Micah.
My teammates
Don't
are
do
my
this to me,
guys,
Micah.
man. They support me in everything
714
I do.
strong.
I'm getting nervous. My
But
stomach
also,
hurts.
You know, sometimes my biggest haters, they keep me humble. You know what I'm saying? but I need that. I need that for sure. I can get big Gators.
Everybody needs a Sorley.
Then I like to thank the community. The community in Madison. They support me in everything I do. And the Jaguars. It's a great school to be in. I guess it's time now.
No, it's time, Micah. It's time, baby.
Let's see what
So,
you gonna do.
next 4 years, college.
I'll hold this.
I'll be committed to University of Florida.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Bring him in, baby. Bring him in. Come on, baby. Hey, we got the little spacesuit, baby. How about them? How about them Gators, baby? How about them Gators, baby?
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. How about them, baby? Micah Jones commits to the Florida Gators. Hey, Daddy. Hey, Bubba. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Yeah. B stamp of approval on him.
Let's go. And he's putting on the orange and blue. He's put on the orange and blue Air Force Ones as we speak. Let's go, boys and girls. How about them? Hey, can you guys say go Gators?
Go.
Gators. Come on. Say, come on, go, baby, go.
Yeah.
Go, baby, go. Come on, clap, baby, clap, baby. Say, good job, Micah. Let's go, baby. That had me nervous, B.
Daddy.
That had me nervous, B.
Daddy.
Yeah, that's Daddy and B right there, baby.
Daddy.
That's Cody, Micah Jones. Good job, Bubba.
Yep.
Ah.
Daddy.
Mama, go.
See ya, B.
See you, BB. We had him suited up, boys. We were ready to rock and roll this time. Good job, buddy. Love you.
You can't lose. You can't lose with the baby spacesuit.
You can't lose. I had him suited up, ready out there. I was like, don't let my kid down, Micah. Don't let my kid down.
Micah was actually watching us. He wouldn't even watch his own
You know what I'm
screen.
saying, bro? I was like, don't let the kid down, Micah. That's still going to be the worst thing you could do. Let the kid down. We got a couple super chats flowing through, baby. $5. Says, go Gators, Juicy July. I love that Juicy July is taking off. Shout out to Larry Cox, baby, for rocking and rolling with us. Nathan Pieces, let's fucking go. Billy Bags, baby. Let's go, boys. Big pickup there for Billy and the boys. So I'm going to lose you again, Cody, because I don't have you pinned up. But let's talk about it. So this right here, I screenshotted where we would be once we landed Micah Jones. So we're going to be right above UNLV at 66. So we're 71st currently with 6 commits. So we're going to be right above UNLV, Florida State, NC State, and Birmingham, and obviously behind Washington. Again, these guys got 7 and 6 commits. We've only got 6 commits so far, with an average rating about a 90. So big pickup there. Again, a lot of room to grow as we continue to move on. Again, a lot of guys are set to commit. Joshua Moore's a big one. I've got the calculator pulled up. Let's just, since that crystal ball has came through, let's play the game, Cody. Let's play the game.
I like the game.
You guys know what I love to do. We're going to add Joshua Moore to the calculator. You know how I get the bloods flowing. Let me see here. There we go. Joshua Moore. Let's see if we add him to the mix here. So 6'4", 205, 4-star wide receiver will be our second highest rated player in the class behind Jalen Wiggins. That would put us to 118. So that would put us well above that, much higher than that 66. I think that put it closer to maybe the 50 mark. Let me see here. 116 puts us 58th, right behind Utah. So still, look, I think somebody asked me earlier my concern with where we sit currently. Look, it's definitely lower than I would like to be. Last year, it's still very, very early. I mean, again, we kind of were up for a very long time and skidded way back. If the season goes the way we all hope and want it to go, right? Then we kind of sit back, and we can close strong. That would be the ideal situation. Cody, take over real quick. I gotta plug my computer in.
Yeah, no problem. So I've been keeping up with it because I obviously run the High Top Sports Recruiting channel. And when you have Wisconsin in the top 15, top 20, you know it's early. It's just super early. A lot of these guys are kind of waiting and seeing on what's going to be proven on the field. And a lot of guys are just kind of waiting and seeing. I know that the quarterbacks are pretty much all gone. I think, truthfully, that this is going to be a even split again. I think it's going to be even split offense and defense in the recruiting class. Sometimes you trend heavy high on offense what you need. Sometimes you trend heavy defense. I think it's going to be a lot like last year, kind of a split down the middle. I think that it's going to be a little more. I think we're going to get a couple more wide receivers than we did last year.
So also too, Terrell Jones obviously is going to be our big target. I believe Antoine Hill goes to Memphis tomorrow, which we'll talk about. But let's say we were able to flip Terrell Jones again. This is all calculator talk. That puts us at 135. All of a sudden, we're in the conversation. We're top 50 at that point. But also keep in mind, LSU sitting at 11, and they've got some of the best players in the country. And they're only at 11. They've got the number one quarterback, the number one running back. I believe the number one wide receiver decommitted that they had, and they just landed, I believe, one of the number one or one of the top offensive linemen as well. They're actually 7th. It was 11. It just moved up.
And they have 3 number 1 of their position groups too.
And
they got like the number one
Rutgers
linebacker.
is number 10 right now.
Yeah.
Rutgers is ranked 10th right now.
Yeah.
With 27 commits.
Easy.
So we have in Georgia and all these guys, LSU, they're sitting at 13, 12. So we're half of where we should be. So I'm not concerned yet. If we had 12, 13 commits and we were down that low, yes, I would be much more concerned. But I'm not concerned with given where we're at. There's still plenty of time left to make some moves. The quarterback position is the only one that I'm truly concerned about because there isn't much to go. There isn't much left to fill, especially with Antoine Hill. If he goes elsewhere, Keelan Jones, obviously he committed to Alabama, seems to be locked there. Just won the MVP at the Elite 11. That seems to be a locked and loaded there. So it's coming down to Terrell Jones. And I know Keith brought up someone just yesterday that we're also looking at, a 4-star quarterback. So he's possibly in the mix as well too.
I think you take a project if our quarterback from 26 can't, for grade wise or his school doesn't allow it, can't graduate early and reclassify. Sure. I think you take a project, take a guy that with some wheels on him, you know what I mean? Or a Kyle Trask, full pocket passer. Just take something different, a different flavor than what you have now. A project guy.
Oh, like a 3-star guy, kind of like what a Max Brown was, and allow him to sit behind to create some depth into that room. Again, we've got some guys there in the room now, but when Graham leaves next year, we were talking about with Keith, there is going to be some question marks on where that room can go. Before we move on to any more topic, let's give a shout out. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Look, this year has gone by so quickly. What's something you're proud of in 2024 so far? What's something you still want to accomplish this year? When life goes by fast, it's important to take a moment to celebrate your wins and make adjustments for the rest of the year. Therapy can help you take stock of your progress and set achievable goals for the next 6 months. Still a lot of time left in the year, boys and girls, to rock and roll, and BetterHelp can help you with that. Whether it's dealing with your personal things or setting your goals and having somebody keeping you accountable, it's fantastic to have yourself an accountability partner. And what's great about BetterHelp is the accessibility. Super easy. You make those schedules at your time, whenever it's best for you, whenever you need it or when you want it. And that's what's so great about it. So be sure to check out BetterHelp if that is something you guys are interested in. If you're thinking about starting therapy or having, some thoughts on how to keep your goals in check, try BetterHelp. So take a minute, visit BetterHelp.com/hightop today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/hightop. So it's fantastic. All you got to do is fill out a brief questionnaire and you'll get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. So great stuff there, boys and girls. Again, shout out to BetterHelp for sponsoring our show. We much appreciate it. Look, I'm going to lose you again, Cody. They will be able to hear you, though. So tomorrow, look, I thought this might have been a jab at first, but then I saw him post another one. Hayes Fawcett posting the commitment, going down to 2 schools. I have a feeling we might see a lot of this year where it just kind of brings a little more oomph to the commitment, right? Going down to your top 2. Hell of a graphic. He posted another one between Florida State and Clemson. Go ahead.
Great graphic.
Fancy.
I'll give a great graphic a great. I mean, that thing is solid. I was like, oh my, that looks like a title weight, like a big heavyweight fight graphic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought he was just doing it because it was the Florida Gators, right? And really wanted to emphasize that the commitment was happening. So when tomorrow it happens, it's the over Florida. Because we all feel like it is going to be a Memphis pull and everyone's going to, troll and do all these things. Look, we talked with Keith. Everyone knows why he's going to Memphis. 1, NIL opportunity is absolutely huge. Kudos to him. And 2, it's the playing opportunity. You're not beating DJ Lagway out. We all know, and even the Keith said, look, it's not DJ's spot to lose necessarily. It's anybody's spot. But if anybody, and you're looking out there, you're like, I'm not beating DJ Lagway. So let me go ahead and
Yeah.
ride to Memphis. And look, I mean, at this point in time, I mean, it is what it is. Again, Florida was playing the big development card, which what Keith said. I'm not saying Memphis can't develop them, but Memphis has definitely have turned the nozzle a little bit on their focus and how serious they are about football. So not a complete surprise here. Look, it's tough blow, especially with us not having a quarterback, but hopefully we can make an adjustment and we go after the Tramel Jones or the other quarterback that he mentioned just yesterday.
And we talk about that big contract that that FedEx gave Memphis, right? I think their hub is there, their headquarters. I don't know. I'm a UPS guy. I don't, those guys, they're terrible. Your
Sure.
packages come late and
All right,
smashed and everything.
Cody, this
But you, you know, uh, that this is the only splash that they really have.
Memphis.
Yeah, with their
I mean,
their
this is going to be
quarterback.
the biggest splash of all time. I mean, it's going to be huge. Being a big time 4-star quarterback like Antoine Hill, that's top 15 quarterback. It's a massive splash. And look, good for them. Look, Mizzou kind of started it last year, right? They were starting to land big guys, and now Mizzou's kind of in the mix. They're starting to get more and more. So you've got to find your opportunity to splash, and this is it for them. So not a big deal. I don't think anybody's going to be surprised at Florida when that happens tomorrow. I think we will be surprised if it does go the other way. Maybe there could be a last minute pull. Who knows? We'll see how it plays off. I just read something that reminded me of something, but now I forgot.
Yeah, because FedEx gave him 135 million for NIL, I think.
Gave Memphis, not Antoine.
Yeah.
Good for them. So boys and girls, go ahead.
But you would think there would be more splashes than this. You know what I mean?
I mean, look,
like this is their class to do it.
Yeah, but this would really get the ball rolling. This would kind of show, okay, like, all right, they're serious. More people might follow with this. They'll land some big time wide receivers now. I think some big time running backs. This will allow some things to fall through, but they needed to see, like, you're not going to just one off an all lineman or things like that, but this will be a good start for them. But let's talk real quick. Friday Night Lights is happening tonight. Didn't know it was happening tonight. This is the first time in 3 years that I was unaware that when it was happening. I've kind of been, I think, a little bit out of the mix with vacation. And look, like we said, deck was heating up. Gator Dave's on vacation, and here we are landing ourselves their commit. So thank you, Gator Dave, for sacrificing for the rest of us. We appreciate it. But Friday Night Lights is happening tonight, and we actually last year we streamed it live, got in trouble for doing those things. Probably why they kept it down on the low key. They usually advertise it more, but this seemed, and I read about it, seems a little more organized than what it has. In the year past, what it was to what it is now is much, much different. With guys being able to official visit sooner than before, committing earlier than they ever have before. Friday Night Lights is now more driven towards the future. And what I mean by that is 2026 and 2027 guys, not even the 2025. Before it was a big time for guys that are committing this year, it was the big official visit weekends. So it was evolved last year, much different last year. They didn't even go to the swamp last year due to weather. It was just a bunch of workouts, kind of hanging out. Wasn't anything fantastic, but this year they're doing a 7-on-7 tournament style play, which I think is awesome. I mean, how could you not want to go do that? And they're going to play the quarterfinals, semifinals, and championship in the swamp. So they're bringing all these schools in. St. Augustine's going to be there. Like St. Augustine High, they're bringing in their 7 guys and allowing them to compete with their schools. So really cool opportunity. It's a great way, I think, to show off Florida, and it's a fun reason to go to Florida. And I think you're going to get more talent because now these 7-on-7 camps, right? That's where everyone's heading to anyways. These are what's going to get them the stars. I imagine they'll be able to utilize this camp as a nudge to their ratings, right? It's just like any other camp. So now, before you would be like, hey, am I going to go to Friday Night Lights this weekend and go hang out and visit with the coaches and visit Swamp? Now there's more of a monetary value. And what I mean by that is you're getting a return on your value as yourself when you go to this because of the 7-on-7. So really big time play, in my opinion, from Florida here in redoing this completely. Again, I hadn't heard about this or knew this was going on. I think it's fantastic. I imagine they'll probably have even more kids and then bigger stars than what they're used to. And again, they're picking schools from Florida. There's select schools they've picked. It was like Zephyr Hills, which is DJ Pickett's school, St. Augustine. I got a list of them. And again, you guys might know the schools when I rip them off. But
Gotta be Jones. Jones is up there.
I can look it up real quick. Let me see.
Look it up real fast. Patrick, you're right. A lot of former Gators are there. Friday Night Lights. Ventrell Miller is there. One of our our
Torrance
favorites.
is there. So
a
we've
fan
got
favorite.
Daytona Beach, Mainland, Florida. That's where obviously Elgin McCray and Mincy play. Kingsland, Georgia. So out of Georgia too, Lake Wells, Miami, Booker T, Washington. That school is an absolute beast. If you guys remember back in the day, on the MTV show, that's where Booker T was. They played Booker T. It was the MTV show was in Alabama, but Booker T was a team they played a lot. Fantastic school there. Played St. Augustine a lot in the state championships back when I was growing up anyways. Jones, Vanguard, Brooks County, Bartram Trail, another St. Augustine school. Shout out. 904, baby. Vero Beach, Valdosta, Georgia. Valdosta obviously pumps out some studs. So a lot of big-time schools, again, within a very big area. So love that. And notable potential participants, 5-star tight end, 3-star cornerback, 4-star athlete. These are all 2026 guys. There's also some 3-star guys that are committed currently for this year also participating, which think about that. These past 2 years, the 2025 or those current commits weren't participating in Friday Night Lights. Now you've got 5, all wide receivers and cornerbacks and tight ends, all participating, representing their school. One of them being Carl Jenkins. He's St. Augustine, recently landed a Miami offer and visiting USF this weekend. Not clear if he's taking part in a Friday Night Lights yet. Okay, but his team is going there. So bunch of 4-star guys from 2026 and then 2027 as well. So, and again, these guys
are they live streaming it?
I got in trouble last time I live streamed there, so
I know, but
imagine
if
not.
if Florida isn't live streaming this, we gotta contact the media department. They are missing.
Bro, people would eat it
This
up.
is an orange and blue. This is an orange and blue
On
2.0.
Yeah, on crack. I couldn't agree more.
You don't think we would sit in there and watch the entire 3 hours? I would.
There'd be some things watching these kids go. I mean, look, it's a blast. I remember when I would go 2 years ago when this was back with the Marcus Stokes era because he played in it. Because last year it rained out, but the year before that, when they're playing the 1v1s, I mean, those things got intense. I'm on the football field like watching this, and I imagine these 7-on-7s are gonna be pretty, especially because there's a championship. I imagine, and I mean, if I had to think, like they're probably gonna put a big trophy on the line or really make this something special to where again you could notch this on your resume as a 7-on-7 competition, which really stands out for your ratings. Again,
Kona versus Toyota Corolla Cross. Look what Kona has and what Corolla Cross.
He's got to go through all 27 of his tabs.
Literally, bro.
Anyway.
Literally, I'm like, where is this coming from? Was literally what's going through my mind.
They should stream it. If they're not, this is a travesty.
Well, it's already happening. I mean, the championship.
Oh, they're not streaming it then. That's terrible.
They're going to the swamp right now. Quarterfinals is in 30 minutes. So
do it in the swamp. The quarterfinals in the swamp live stream. You get, fire up the interns. I mean, my goodness, let's get it going. You get old boy on the mic. Hey, no baseball right now. Get old boy on the mic.
Imagine if I was there. Should I make a trip?
You won't get. You'll get there for the championship.
Yeah, he already committed, guys. Micah Jones already committed to Florida. He's already committed, boys. We've already hit the button. We're already locked and loaded. Michael Jones already commits.
I will be doing a film breakdown on Micah Jones on the High Top Sports Recruiting channel. That will come out tonight or early tomorrow. So go ahead and go check that out. We're 10 away from 2,000. So go ahead over
boys.
that channel and get it rocking and rolling. But yeah, if they're not live streaming this, that's a travesty. I mean, you could make this thing like you could make it the biggest thing ever.
I completely agree. I think there's a lot of opportunity here that probably is being missed. But look, guys, I've got my list here. Let me take a look here and see when we should expect some more commits. I got a schedule here. We've got some possibly in the next 2 to 3 days, then 4 or 5 days after that, and then a couple of July ones. That's what we've got right now. So obviously one of them was today, Jones. I can't speak to any more, but we could have some pop over the next few days. So I don't have a list of those guys, but big time weekend. We saw what happened last year around this time. Even with the list of guys that are set to commit that we know of, that we feel good about, still puts us in a situation where we'd like to be higher. So there's got to be some surprises, is what I'm getting at. And hopefully maybe we have some of those this weekend. But all in all, good stuff. I love it. Appreciate you guys joining us. Cody, any last words before we sign off, big guy?
Yeah, I got one last thing. If we land Jones, strap up,
Tramel
buckle
Jones?
up, because oh yeah, we're going to the stratosphere. That guy is Eugene Wilson 2.0.
good.
Boy, I can't wait to get him.
Wait, Brown or Jones?
Oh, Ventrell Brown,
Oh, Vernell Brown.
the third. Yeah,
You're
Vernell
just,
Brown.
you're just
the
making
third.
names
Oh
up there.
my
All right, you're done.
goodness.
You're cut off. You're cut off. All right, boys and girls, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one. I love you. Peace and love.